I'm Robin Meade at 10. A plea for the state to intervene to help drivers who are paying record gas prices. Plus, it's not accidents, but smoke causing highway delays in one state. And we explain why water woes have surfaced at this Chicago beach. Next.
With over 400 different nameplates in the market today, only one manufacturer has 5 of the 10 bestsellers in America, Ford. Now get 0-9 financing or $1,000 to $2,000 cash back on Ford Taurus, Ford Focus, even Ford Mustang. That's 0-9 financing or $1,000 cash back on Focus and Mustang. 0-9 financing or $2,000 cash back on Taurus. Even get into a ZX2 with $2,500 cash back. You can't beat that, and you can't beat Ford for bestsellers. 5 of the top 10, only at your local Ford store today.
Live from Chicago's NBC 5, this is NBC 5 News at 10.
Friends of a suburban man are shocked by his murder, and they wonder why he was killed. Tonight, police think a car leaving the scene of the crime may hold clues to solving this case. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Robin Meade.
And thanks for being with us. I'm Derek Blakely. It's a murder mystery in the northwest suburbs, and tonight authorities are asking for the public's help in solving the crime. The body of Flavio Venancio was discovered in a Schaumburg pond. The man's friends say the victim was a hard worker who just moved to the country a few months ago. NBC5's Amy Jacobson has more on the investigation. Amy?
Derek, the 25-year-old moved to Schaumburg in order to work to make money and support his family back in Mexico. Tonight, police are still looking for a motive, but also for the driver of a red Eclipse that they believe is connected with the murder.
Muy simpático, pues no tenía problemas.
Tonight, Argelio Venancio describes his brother as a very nice man who had no enemies.
No tenía ningún enemigo, nadie.
Thursday was the last time anyone saw 25-year-old Flavio Venancio. His body was found here Friday morning in a pond next to the Schaumburg metro station. Police say he had been stabbed multiple times, strangled, but the official cause of death was drowning. Tonight, family members have no idea who could have done this to their older brother and why anyone would want to harm him. Flavio moved to this country 9 months ago. He sent money back to Mexico to support his wife and 5 children. He worked as a janitor in Streamwood. Tonight, his boss tells me Flavio was always in a good mood and he was one of the hardest workers.
We're trying to seek the public's help.
Tonight, Schaumburg police releasing new information. Close to Flavio's body was this New York baseball cap, and part of a bumper from a red Mitsubishi Eclipse was found near the scene. Schaumburg police believe the bumper fell off after the driver hit that guardrail, a guardrail which is located yards away from the pond. Police have released a picture of what the car may look like. It's missing a hubcap, a right side front bumper, and it may have a broken right headlight.
We're trying to locate this vehicle because we believe that possibly the occupants may know something about this individual in the event that occurred on Thursday night to Friday morning, or may be involved in the actual crime.
Now, Schaumburg police hope that new information will help spark someone's memory. Anyone with information is asked to call the Schaumburg Police Department at this number, 847-882-3586. Robin?
Amy, thank you. 3 people are dead after a car hit a tree just over the Illinois border in a town there. It happened about 5:30 this evening in Salem, Wisconsin. The car had Illinois plates, and the impact tore it in half. Police say this car was speeding when it left the road and hit the tree. The victims were pronounced dead on the scene. It's believed they all are teenagers, but their identities have not yet been released.
A plea to help Illinois drivers combat skyrocketing gas prices. Former State Treasurer Pat Quinn wants lawmakers to suspend state and local taxes on gasoline all summer long. Quinn contends that sales taxes add about 15 cents a gallon to the price at the pump.
Both state and local government have been partners with gas companies in gouging consumers because Illinois is one of the handful of states that allows a second tax, a sales tax on gasoline.
Gas prices are more than $2 a gallon at most stations in the Chicago area, and that's the second highest in the nation, behind some California cities.
Tonight, it is believed that a malfunctioning appliance sparked a house fire. It sent an elderly woman to the hospital. Firefighters rescued the 78-year-old this morning from the first floor of a home in the 3000 block of North Francisco Avenue. She is now in serious condition from smoke inhalation and burns.
Flooded apartments, toilets overflowing, and even worse, says one CHA resident, no one to fix the problem. Frustrated, he called NBC5 News. That's where NBC5 Sharon Wright picks up the story, revealing it's part of a much bigger CHA challenge.
What part was actually flooded?
Well, this part over here, all that is out in this wall, is coming out this wall from the vacant apartment next door.
At 4 a.m., David Wilson had a rude awakening, water gushing into his apartment.
And the water just constantly running, and I'm constantly mopping.
If that wasn't bad enough, he says the only response he got from CHA was no response.
What really frustrated me was when the lady kept saying that it was somebody out here.
But he found no one, so out of desperation, he called us at NBC5.
I hate that it had to get to this far, that you all had to come out.
What our concern is to be responsive to the residents. There's a full crew from the property manager here today assisting residents in cleaning things up.
CHA says plumbing valves stolen from a vacant apartment caused the flooding problem in David Wilson's building. With the missing valves, hundreds of gallons of water overflowed, affecting nearly a dozen units between the 13th and 7th floors. Across the courtyard, a bullet took out an electrical transformer, plunging that high-rise into darkness.
Well, clearly, it's a challenge to, with the vacancies, to stay a step ahead of that.
Have a look. Here at Robert Taylor Homes, plenty of vacancies as the teardowns continue. David Wilson's lived here more than 30 years, but in buildings like his, designed to house hundreds of tenants, only 40 apartments now occupied. The upkeep of this huge physical plant, costly.
Is it a maintenance challenge? Yes, it is.
Sharon Wright, NBC5 News.
According to the CHA, David Wilson's building is one of several that will be leveled by the end of the year.
Derek, protesters on a hunger strike to get a new school in their neighborhood took no holiday this weekend. They marched, chanted, and carried signs, and they say that Chicago Public Schools Chief Paul Vallis failed to come through on a promise to build a new high school. Their Little Village neighbors turned out in support for a community mass. Some parents and teachers are on day 15 of a hunger strike. Next up, they say, is to take the matter up with Mayor Daley.
Even if it is swimming weather tomorrow, Chicago's 63rd Street Beach will not be open. High levels of bacteria in Lake Michigan forced officials to close the Southside Beach today, and it will remain closed at least through tomorrow. But while the water is off limits to swimmers, we're told the beach house will still be open.
We're going to take a break. We do hope you stay close. Coming up, it is one of Britain's worst outbreaks of racial violence in years. Still ahead, find out what sparked this rioting.
It's a popular tourist destination, and now wildfires are messing up holiday travel plans in this state.
Plus, these bikers roar into the nation's capital for a special tribute.
Hi, Mike Adamley. Tonight on Sports Sunday, the latest on the Cubs and their remarkable turnaround. And what's up with the Bulls? Tim Floyd joins us live to talk about his team in the Laker juggernaut. Plus, for the second straight year, our rookie wins the Indianapolis 500. We've got it all following the news at 10.
What a week on the Tonight Show. Jay's got George Clooney, friends Jennifer Aniston, Elton John and Billy Joel, Sally Field, Paul Reiser, Tracy Ullman, Melissa Joan Hart, Ricky Martin and Christina Aguilera, and NSYNC. Plus jaywalking, extreme golf, and headlines.
I like this one. Farmer to marry plant.
Catch Jay this week on NBC.
NBC5 News is brought to you in part by Singular Wireless.
Nobody likes running out of time. Sign up with Singular, and on nights and weekends, you're off the clock. Talk all you want at no charge. Get all this plus a special offer on an Ericsson 1228. Singular Wireless. What do you have to say?
Looking for an extended cab pickup with the most standard horsepower and unbeatable fuel economy? Get a GMC Sierra. Looking for a compact pickup engineered with room for 5? Get the all-new GMC Sonoma Crew Cab. Looking for up to $2,500 cash back on a pickup? Get to your GMC dealer by May 31st. Get $1,000 back on Sierra Extended Cab. $2,500 back on Sonoma. See the pros at your GMC dealer before these Memorial Day deals are history.
What's that, the club? See what So what'd you do to him?
Doodle. I did him right, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Break him in half?
To make you proud.
Yeah.
Horseshoe Casino is now open.
More than 30 people are injured in Britain's worst outbreak of racial violence in years.
And those clashes in the UK top tonight's News Digest. Now, these fights in Oldham, England started when a gang of white young people attacked homes reportedly in a predominantly Pakistani and Indian neighborhood. Young people from that neighborhood retaliated and attacked a pub typically used by whites. The clashes lasted about 7 hours. Authorities arrested 17 people.
In Hong Kong, about 1,000 people marched to mark the 12th anniversary of the violence in Tiananmen Square. Demonstrators today called for an end to one-party rule in China. A number of people were killed back in 1989 when the Chinese communist regime sent tanks into the square to stop the student-led democracy movement.
Wildfires are bringing traffic on a busy Memorial Day weekend to a standstill near Disney in Florida. The smoke and the fog forced crews to shut down several highways near Orlando. Now, some Disney employees had trouble just getting to work.
The New York Times is reporting that one of the FBI documents in the Oklahoma City case could have been important at the trials of both Terry Nichols and Timothy McVeigh. The report says the document in question involves the testimony of a witness who said he saw McVeigh with someone about an hour before the bombing.
A Roman Catholic archbishop got married in New York today. Archbishop Emmanuel Milingo says God wants him and the Catholic Church to end the celibacy rule for clergy. The Reverend Sun Young Moon presided. Well, the Vatican will only say that the Pope is praying for the bishop.
I believe that God has helped us, and so we have to help others.
And so she and her late husband are helping others by donating the funds necessary to renovate the Sarnoff-Levin residence. It's a homeless shelter run by the Ark, which is a Jewish agency. Guests meet with counselors to set goals and to get help looking for jobs.
All right, for tomorrow, all the grillers out there, will Memorial Day be rain-free? You're wondering. And meteorologist Ed Curran has your forecast. And then this Indiana town is assessing the damage after a tornado there.
New construction projects starting up after Memorial Day. NBC5's Commuter's Guide will have a look at what roads you might want to avoid.
Beautiful, and later, one of the first signs that the summer season has arrived on the lakefront.
I'm Marion Brooks. And I'm Mark Sapelsa. Tuesday at 4:30, sleeping like a baby but hard at work. What we can learn from this little one.
Big time brain building while we snooze is the ticket to better memory. That's Tuesday at 4:30 on NBC5 News.
Even though we just turned 60, we're still climbing mountains, trekking through forests, and playing in the mud. And now we're celebrating that heritage during the Jeep Anniversary event. Right now, returning lessees with preferred credit can lease a Jeep Cherokee Sport for just $229 a month. Or get into the fun-loving Jeep Wrangler starting at under $15 grand. So come celebrate our great past. It'll make for an exciting future. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
Introducing the AT&T One Rate International Savings Plan. New low rates 24/7. To all the buds, mates, amigos, and ex-boyfriends in your world. To enroll, call 1-800-523-WORLD.
Dodge Ram has inspired considerable change in pickups. And it's been the inspiration for change among pickup owners as well. In just 4 years, more than 1 million households have switched to Dodge trucks. It seems when the owners of those other trucks get a good look at Ram, they begin to see things differently. Now get up to $2,000 cash allowance or low APR financing on Dodge Ram.
You're watching Chicago's NBC5 News at 10.
People in Fort Wayne, Indiana won't soon forget this Memorial Day weekend. They are spending it cleaning up after a tornado last night. The twister destroyed several homes, ripped off roofs, and it tipped cars. Minor injuries only are reported. About 45 people had to be evacuated from an assisted living community.
Washington, D.C. hosted a very special Memorial Day concert tonight. This year's event featured a moving tribute to the World War II generation and to the 60th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. The show included musical performances, dramatic readings, and a wide variety of entertainers, from Ossie Davis to Art Garfunkel. Earlier in the day, the nation's capital was full of rolling thunder. Thousands of motorcycles revved up for the 14th annual ride from the Pentagon to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. Riders do so each year to call attention to veterans' issues and to remember those still missing in action. And in Maryland, a memorial service is held aboard the only warship still afloat from the attack on Pearl Harbor. The USS Coast Guard cutter Taney is currently docked in Baltimore. It was designated as a National Historic Landmark in 1988.
Now, the movie Pearl Harbor is bringing in big numbers at the box office, but it won't break the record for a Memorial Day opening. The World War II epic has taken in almost $40 million. Movie insiders do expect that number to jump to about $75 million after tomorrow. Now, if it does, Pearl Harbor would become the second biggest Memorial Day debut, behind the Lost World Jurassic Park. That movie took in $90 million.
The Chicago Park District is teaming up with the Chicago Housing Authority to launch its summer camp programs at CHA parks.
The safest place this summer for kids is in our parks.
Park District officials say crime in the parks is down while activities are up. The Park District is taking over many of the CHA programs. Parents are encouraged to sign their kids up now. Camps begin on June 18th.
You know, despite the gloomy weather this weekend, you know summer's around the corner when you spot some fireworks at Navy Pier. Well, the show started, about half an hour ago. It kicks off Navy Pier summer season. There will be fireworks shows, you know, every Wednesday and Saturday night during the summer.
Well, we had some of everything today, just like we had some of everything all this weekend. Sunshine late in the day, showers early in the day.
And not nearly warm enough, is it?
Yeah, it's here to sort it all out.
Yeah, it's been chilly, and today we still had the instability around here that gave us some of the sprinkles, in some cases some of the pretty good showers we saw around the area today. But that's all getting better. Today a little bit better than yesterday. Tomorrow will be better than today. 53 degrees of temperature right now at Oak Park River Forest. Winds are very light out there. Depending on where you are, they're kind of variable around the Chicago area. They'll become more northerly a little bit later on. 29.77 inches currently the pressure. Take a look at what our temperatures are elsewhere around the Chicago area. 53 degrees at O'Hare, 53 in Waukegan, 55 degrees in Gary, and around the Midwest and into the central area of the nation. We are going to see some warmer temperatures finally move in our direction, and we'll finally see some of this stuff move out of here. Though the rain has been moving out, the main part of the rain that we really saw around here yesterday, the instability still was around our Chicago area and bringing us some showers throughout the day today. That's moving out of here, and along with it, eventually the cloudiness. I think the clouds are going to hang in here for a bit tomorrow. Here's the low that has caused all these problems, moved in here so slowly and brought in these cooler temperatures. As it continues to move out of here, it will affect us less, and our temperatures are going to get up to around what they ought to be this time of year. We're going to have some clouds hang in here, but I think by later in the day tomorrow we'll see more and more sunshine work its way in. Not a bad Memorial Day at all. Over the next 24 hours, a high tomorrow of around 70 degrees. Now, it will be cooler near the lakefront. If you're down in the south suburbs or if you're far away from the lake, you may get into the lower 70s tomorrow, but cooler at the lakefront. And then as we move into the day, into our week on Tuesday, we're going to have a high of 72 degrees and warming up to 75. Finally, that's where we ought to be this time of year. And then we cool things off once again and have a chance of showers and maybe even a thunderstorm in here later in the day on Thursday and into Friday. But it looks like a nice Memorial Day around here with more sunshine working its way in and temperatures building up to what they ought to be finally this time of year, up into the mid-70s. Instead of, we were running 15 to 17 degrees below normal.
You know, I have some house guests from Miami. Maybe you have some guests in town, too. And they're just like, this isn't nearly warm enough for the start of summer.
And they're right. They're right.
Exactly.
Right. Usually that's bad.
Thanks.
All right.
Holiday train schedules, resurfacing projects, and construction work. Dawn to start with more possible trouble spots in the NBC5 Commuter's Guide. Good Sunday evening to you. Here's a look at some traffic events that might cause you delays this coming week. First, while most of you are probably off tomorrow, some of you do have to work. Since it's the Memorial Day holiday, CTA trains and buses and Metro trains will operate on their holiday or Sunday schedule. On the upside, if you will be downtown Monday, you do not have to feed the parking meters. Also, watch for roadwork, too. It's on the west side. Pulaski Road is closed between Armitage and Fullerton. That construction is scheduled to continue through early July. In the Romeoville area, roadwork is set to start this week at Weber Road and 115th Street. In the Orland Park, Tinley Park area, a resurfacing project continues on 159th Street between Harlem and Cicero. In Northwest Indiana, roadwork continues in both directions of 8094 between Burr Street and Kennedy Avenue. Watch for major westbound delays tomorrow evening as travelers head home after the long holiday weekend. And the Chicago Gospel Fest starts on Friday. Setup for the fest, though, begins on Wednesday, closing Jackson from Columbus to Lakeshore Drive. By the way, Jackson will remain closed through the Blues Fest, June 10th. Have a safe week. With NBC5's Commuter's Guide, I'm Dawn Desart. Back to you.
All right. Thanks much, Dawn. And coming up, a milestone day for this Cubs catcher, who happens to also be a famous Northwestern alumnus. The wins just keep on coming for the Northsiders.
Dick Hayes' commentary takes a closer look at what Senator James Jeffords' party switch means for Congress.
Whether you're into mountain climbing, trailblazing, or cross-country cruising, there's no better way to hit the road than in an all-wheel drive Subaru. And there's no better time than right now, during the Subaru All-Wheel Drive Away. With low 2.9% APR financing on our best selection of the year, you can drive away today in a new 2001 Outback, Forester, or Legacy. The Subaru All-Wheel Drive Away. Hurry before it goes away. Buy an Outback at this low APR and get better gas mileage than any of the leading midsize SUVs.
Stock up. A sale like this doesn't happen every day. The IKEA hardly ever has a summer sale with up to 50% off selected items.
I love horsepower! I like the power a lot. Oh, yeah. We feel it in the handle.
This is my baby.
This is my house!
Hey, Sarah, how you doing today?
This is my hedge! This is my lawn!
Would you mind holding this?
That's the gas?
Oh, yeah.
My arsenal.
John Deere. Totoro.
Black & Decker. Scott's. And Eddie.
That's why I go to the Home Depot.
First.
The Home Depot. First in home improvement.
There's over 400 different nameplates in the market today. Only one manufacturer has 5 of the 10 best sellers in America, Ford. And now's the best time for the best deals on Ford F-150 and Ford Ranger. With 0.9 to 2.9% financing or $1,000 to $2,000 cash back on select models. That's 0.9 to 2.9 financing or $1,000 to $2,000 cash on America's best-selling trucks. You can't beat that, and you can't beat Ford for bestsellers. 5 of the top 10. See your local Ford store today.
Real-time closed captioning on NBC5 is made possible through the generous support of Jiffy Lube, Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana's favorite oil change.
Incredible pitching at Wrigley Field, and it happened again today.
We got a little deja vu going on, and not just for the couple of days. See, folks, the last time the Cubs were on a winning streak like this one was back in 1998, and we all know what happened that year, don't we? Well, today the Cubs got another outstanding start from Kevin Tapani and a timely milestone from Joe Girardi to beat the Brewers 4-1 and make it 7 straight wins for the Northsiders. So Wrigley we go. Now, it sounds like a broken record, but we have to start with the pitching. For a second straight outing, Kevin Tapani gave the Cubs 7 quality innings, allowing just 1 run on 6 hits and striking out 4 and getting his 7th win of the year. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're tied at 1. Joe Girardi turns on this Jimmy Haynes fastball and rips it inside the bag at third for extra bases. Matt Stairs scores on the play. Here comes Gary Matthews Jr. bringing it around the bag at third. He scores on the play. Career base knock number 1,000 for Joe Girardi was a huge one in more ways than the obvious, as his wife Kim celebrates with his daughter Serena. The Cubs bag their 7th straight win with a 4-1 victory over the Brewers. You're at Detroit's Comerica Park for the White Sox and of the Tigers in a very tight game. We're going to start with no score. In the top of the 4th, Herbert Perry ropes the line drive base hit
into center field. Paul Konerko comes around to score on the play. That gave the Sox a 1-0 lead. Bottom 8, Tigers trail 2-1 with a man on. Jose Macias swings on the soft liner to center. Here comes Roger Cedeno. The throw from Chris Singleton won't get there in time. We're tied at 2 right now, working in the 10th inning. I think it is very safe to bet, I should say it's a very safe bet to assume that Roger Penske will enjoy tomorrow's Memorial Day holiday just a bit more than the rest of us. The reason? How about a 1-2 finish for Team Penske at the 85th running of the Indianapolis 500, with Indy rookie Helio Castroneves winning the thing. That victory gives Penske a record 11th career win at the Brickyard. To the Indianapolis Motor Speedway we go. That's where one of the biggest stories coming into today concerned 19-year-old Sarah Fisher's ability to make a run for the checkered flag. Fisher's race day came to an end on lap 8 when she lost control in turn 2 and went into the wall, taking Scott Goodyear along with her. As for the driver who did get to the line first, that man was Indy rookie Helio Castroneves, who gave owner Roger Penske his 11th career Indy 500 victory. That, folks, is a most impressive record. Hey, Helio, you got milk? He wins the Indy 500. You're at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where Phil Jackson's Lakers put the Rats on a textbook spanking of the Spurs. Los Angeles ran its playoff unbeaten streak to 11 straight with a 111-82 sandblasting of San Antonio. With that win, the Lakers complete the sweep of the Spurs and advance to the NBA Finals. Next up is either Philadelphia or Milwaukee. Be sure to stay tuned for another edition of Sports Sunday. Of course, we will have much more to share about the Cubs, and we'll have the result with the White Sox, providing there is one. Bulls head coach Tim Floyd will join us in studio, and Mark Shanowski will have the story of how the good folks in Kane County take care of their minor league baseball Cougars in a rather unique way. Meanwhile, in Paramus, New Jersey, we had quite the finish at the Senior PGA Championship. Just moments after Jim Thorpe birdied 16, Tom Watson did the same to take a one-stroke lead at 14 under. Then on 18, Jim Thorpe needs to birdie this hole for a playoff. He doesn't get it done. So Tom Watson, with a 5-under round of 67, wins the Senior PGA Championship.
Great to see Tom Watson again.
It is. Playing some pretty good golf.
Looking forward to Sports Sunday.
Yeah, it's a good show.
All right.
Stay where you are.
All right.
Right there.
Right here. I'll be here. Hope you will be too. Now, coming up, right now, Senator James Jeffords' defection from the Republican Party and what that means for Congress. That's the subject of tonight's commentary with Dick Kay.
The Republican cry that Senator James Jeffords of Vermont is a political traitor rings false. There are 4 Republicans in the Senate who once were Democrats. If they hadn't switched, the GOP wouldn't have had control of the Senate in the first place. Senator Jeffords' switch from Republican to Independent holds the promise that a badly needed system of checks and balances has been reborn in Washington. That conservative juggernaut advancing on the environment and on the judiciary and Social Security system, just to name a few, has been stopped in its tracks. Senator Jeffords' switch means a loyal opposition will control one house of Congress. Agendas will have to include Middle America. Many Republicans will see a gold mine of opportunity. It's an opportunity for the president to prove his claim he is a coalition builder. Mr. Bush has a chance to nominate judges who are truly compassionate. He has an excuse when his buddies in big oil want to know why they can't drill on public lands. He can work with Democrats to protect Social Security and increase health care benefits. Moderates can regain control of the Republican Party, and Republican moderation has enjoyed great success in Illinois and other states. As I said, party switches are nothing new, not even in Illinois. Several decades ago, a state legislator switched to the Democratic Party shortly after being elected as a Republican. His name, Richard J. Daley. I'm Dick Kay.
And after this break, this biker is going for a world record without ever leaving his gym. We'll explain when we come back.
Sports on NBC5 is brought to you in part by your local Dodge dealer.
Dodge Ram has inspired considerable change in pickups, and it's been the inspiration for change among pickup owners as well. In just 4 years, more than 1 million households have switched to Dodge trucks. It seems when the owners of those other trucks get a good look at Ram, they begin to see things differently. Now get up to $2,000 cash allowance or low APR financing on Dodge Ram.
free Wisconsin Dells Guide, call 1-800-22-DELLS or visit our website at dellsguide.com. Wisconsin Dells, where all roads lead to fun.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom.
Now get $50 off four-wheel brake service. $50 off at CarX today. CarX, more than you thought, for less than you'd think.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
The date had changed, and now he had to. Fortunately, we were close and ready, which meant he was too.
Click and mortar at the Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
The CR-V from Honda. It'll take you to the mountains. It'll take you to the beaches. It'll take you to the desert. It'll take you just about anywhere. But it won't take you to the cleaners. The CR-V from Honda. For a limited time, get special APR financing as low as 3.9% for 36 months on new CR-Vs.
A San Francisco man is spending this holiday weekend pedaling away to break a world record, but he's on a stationary bike. Can you imagine? 35-year-old Rob Sturm has had to pedal for, well, he has to pedal for 42 hours, 16 minutes. So he started a mission this morning, and at last check, so far, pretty good. He is also raising, by doing this, money for Special Olympics. He is allowed a 15-minute break every 8 hours. We wish him lots of luck.
He will need it.
That's a lot of spinning.
And a few other things he's going to need, too.
That's right. That's right. A lot of some beignet, probably.
At the least.
Let's check the holiday forecast once again with Ed.
Hi,
Pretty
Ed.
nice day tomorrow. More clouds than sun, but it'll be okay. Look for a high of 70, but cooler near the lake. Have a great Memorial Day.
All right, you too, Ed. Thank you, and thank you for making this a part of your night.
Don't forget, our news begins tomorrow at 5 a.m. Sports Sunday next.
Closed captioning on NBC5 is made possible through the generous support of Loyola University Health System. We also treat the human spirit.